When Titanic, 1997, first set sail on the big screen, it became more than just a movie. It was a worldwide phenomenon that touched millions of hearts and changed Hollywood forever. The film not only gave us one of the most unforgettable love stories in cinema history, but also introduced a cast whose performances became truly iconic. Now, over 25 years later, many fans still wonder, what happened to those stars after the ship sank on screen? Some went on to build legendary careers, some stepped away from the spotlight to live quieter lives, and others have sadly passed away, leaving behind timeless memories. Join us as we revisit the extraordinary journey of the Titanic cast, then and now, and see how time has shaped the lives of the actors behind this masterpiece. Leonardo DiCaprio portrayed Jack Dawson in Titanic, 1997, when he was only 22 years old. Jack is a penniless but free-spirited artist from Wisconsin who wins his third-class ticket aboard the RMS Titanic through a lucky poker game. Optimistic, adventurous, and deeply compassionate, Jack quickly charms Rose DeWitt Bukater, inspiring her to break free from her rigid upper-class constraints. Their romance blossoms against the backdrop of the doomed voyage, culminating in Jack's ultimate sacrifice. He ensures Rose's survival by giving her the floating debris to cling to while he succumbs to the freezing Atlantic waters. His death is heartbreaking yet heroic, embodying selfless love. In real life, Leonardo Wilhelm DiCaprio was born on November 11th, 1974, in Los Angeles, California. He rose to international stardom through Titanic, becoming one of the world's most acclaimed actors. Known for films such as The Aviator, Inception, The Revenant, for which he won his first Oscar, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, DiCaprio is also a dedicated environmental activist. As of today, he is alive, continuing his career in global advocacy at the age of 50. Kate Winslet brought to life Rose DeWitt Bukater in Titanic, 1997, when she was just 21 years old. Rose is a young aristocratic woman trapped in the suffocating expectations of her wealthy family and her controlling fiancé, Cal Hockley. Intelligent, sensitive, and rebellious, Rose yearns for freedom and finds it in her whirlwind romance with Jack Dawson. She ultimately survives the Titanic disaster, clinging to the memory of Jack as the defining love of her life. Rose's survival represents resilience and the power of choice to be able to live authentically no matter the cost. In real life, Kate Elizabeth Winslet was born on October 5th, 1975 in Reading, England. She became one of the youngest actresses ever to earn multiple Academy Award nominations, winning the Oscar for the Reader, 2008. Beyond Titanic, she has delivered acclaimed performances in films such as Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Revolutionary Road, and the HBO series Mare of Easttown. Winslet continues to balance her career with motherhood and philanthropy, and at 49 years old, she remains an enduring icon of talent and versatility. Billy Zane played Caledon Cal Hockley in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 31. Cal is the wealthy, arrogant steel heir and fiancé of Rose DeWitt Bukater. He embodies the social rigidity and entitlement of the Gilded Age elite, determined to control Rose's future while masking his insecurities with power and wealth. Zane's performance made Cal one of cinema's most memorable antagonists, manipulative, ruthless, and consumed by jealousy. In the film, Cal survives the sinking, later taking his own life during the Great Depression after financial ruin, as revealed in supplementary material. In real life, William George Zane Jr. was born on February 24, 1966 in Chicago, Illinois. He gained attention with roles in Back to the Future, 1985, Dead Calm, 1989, and later, The Phantom, 1996. Though Titanic remains his most famous role, he has worked consistently in film, television, and theater. Beyond acting, Zane is a painter whose artworks have been exhibited internationally. At 59 years old, he is alive and continues his multifaceted career in the arts and entertainment industry. Gloria Stewart portrayed the elderly Rose Dawson Calvert in Titanic, 1997, when she was 86 years old. Old Rose serves as the film's narrator, recounting her memories of the ill-fated voyage and her passionate love story with Jack. Her presence bridges past and present, lending authenticity and poignancy to the film. In the climactic ending, Rose releases the heart of the ocean necklace into the sea, symbolizing closure and eternal remembrance. Stewart's performance brought warmth, elegance, and depth, earning her an Academy Award nomination, making her one of the oldest nominees in Oscar history. In real life, Gloria Frances Stewart was born on July 4, 1910, in Santa Monica, California. She began her career in the 1930s, starring in classics such as The Invisible Man, 1933, and Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, 1938. After a long hiatus, she returned to prominence with Titanic. She was also a painter, printmaker, and philanthropist. Gloria Stewart passed away on September 26, 2010, in Los Angeles at the age of 100, due to respiratory failure and lung cancer. Her century-long life and career remain a testament to endurance and artistry. Kathy Bates portrayed Margaret Molly Brown in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 49. Known in history as the unsinkable Molly Brown, her character in the film is a warm, outspoken, and fiercely independent American socialite who befriends Jack Dawson and helps him navigate the unfamiliar world of first-class society. She provides comic relief but also dignity, standing up to Cal and the rigid class divisions aboard the Titanic. In the lifeboats, Molly's courage shines as she pleads to return and rescue more survivors, emphasizing her compassion and bravery. In real life, Kathleen Doyle Bates was born on June 28, 1948, in Memphis, Tennessee. She is an Academy Award-winning actress, celebrated for her chilling role in Misery, 1990, and acclaimed performances in Fried Green Tomatoes, Dolores Claiborne, and About Schmidt. Bates has also worked extensively in television, earning Emmy Awards for 2.5 Men and American Horror Story. In recent years, she has been open about her battle with cancer and lymphedema, advocating for health awareness. Now, at 77 years old, she continues to act, remaining one of Hollywood's most respected performers. Frances Fisher played Ruth DeWitt Bukater in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 45. Ruth is Rose's strict, socially ambitious mother, determined to see her daughter marry Cal Hockley to secure the family's financial stability after her husband's death left them in debt. Elegant but domineering, Ruth represents the oppressive expectations of wealth and class in the Edwardian era. Her relationship with Rose is complex, rooted in both genuine concern and controlling desperation. Ruth survives the disaster, though she loses control over Rose forever, who chooses her own path after Jack's sacrifice. In real life, Frances Louise Fisher was born on May 11, 1952, in Milford-on-Sea, England, and raised in the United States. She built her reputation as a strong character actress on stage and screen, with notable performances in Unforgiven, 1992, House of Sand and Fog, 2003, and various television series including Resurrection and Watchmen. Fisher is also the mother of actress Francesca Eastwood. At 73 years old, she continues to work actively in film and television, admired for her versatility and longevity. Bernard Hill portrayed Captain Edward John Smith in Titanic, 1997, when he was 52 years old. As the commanding officer of the RMS Titanic, Smith is depicted as dignified, experienced, and deeply respected, yet tragically caught in the hubris surrounding the ship's unsinkable reputation. In the film, he meets his fate with stoic acceptance, retreating to the bridge and going down with his ship, thus embodying the archetype of a captain's honor. In real life, Bernard Hill was born on December 17, 1944, in Manchester, England. He rose to prominence with his powerful role in Boys from the Black Stuff, and later gained international fame as King Theoden in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. His career spanned stage, film, and television, marked by commanding performances and a distinctive voice. Hill passed away on May 5, 2024, at the age of 79. While the cause of death was not publicly disclosed, his loss was felt deeply across the entertainment industry, remembered as an actor of rare gravitas and integrity. Bill Paxton portrayed Brock Lovett in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 42. Brock is a modern-day treasure hunter, leading an expedition to recover the fabled Heart of the Ocean diamond from the wreck of the Titanic. At first cynical and driven by greed, his journey is transformed when old Rose shares her personal story, reminding him that true value lies not in material riches, but in human love and survival. Brock serves as the audience's gateway into Rose's memories, bridging the tragedy of the past with the curiosity of the present. In real life, William Paxton was born on May 17, 1955 in Fort Worth, Texas. He built a beloved career with memorable roles in Aliens, Twister, Apollo 13, and the HBO series Big Love. Known for his warmth and versatility, Paxton became a fan favorite across genres. Tragically, he died on February 25, 2017, at the age of 61 due to complications from heart surgery. His passing was deeply mourned, leaving behind a legacy of both blockbuster and character-driven performances. Jonathan Hyde played a J. Bruce Ismay in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 49. Ismay, the managing director of the White Star Line, is portrayed as ambitious and image-obsessed, urging Captain Smith to increase speed to arrive in New York ahead of schedule. His decisions contribute to the disaster, and his survival is marked by lasting shame. Hyde brought a complex humanity to the role, showing Ismay's arrogance, fear, and eventual disgrace. In real life, Jonathan Stephen Jeffrey King, known professionally as Jonathan Hyde, was born on May 21, 1948 in Brisbane, Australia. Trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, he became a member of the prestigious Royal Shakespeare Company and later appeared in notable films such as Jumanji, 1995, The Mummy, 1999, and Richie Rich, 1994. He is admired for his sophisticated screen presence and theatrical range. At 77 years old, Hyde continues to be active in the industry, with a career spanning stage, film, and television. David Warner played Spicer Lovejoy in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 56. Lovejoy is Cal Hockley's cold, calculating bodyguard and valet, a former Pinkerton who serves as the film's menacing enforcer. Suspicious of Jack from the start, he embodies loyalty to wealth and privilege, relentlessly pursuing Rose and Jack through the sinking ship. Warner's performance lent a sharp edge of villainy, making Lovejoy a memorable secondary antagonist. In real life, David Hattersley Warner was born on July 29, 1941 in Manchester, England. Trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, he became renowned for his Shakespearean stage work, as well as a long and diverse screen career. Warner appeared in classics such as Morgan, A Suitable Case for Treatment, Tron, Time Bandits, and numerous roles across the Star Trek franchise. He passed away on July 24, 2022 in London, at the age of 80, due to a cancer-related illness. Celebrated for his versatility and dedication to the craft, Warner left behind an enduring legacy across film, theater, and television. Victor Garber portrayed Thomas Andrews in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 48. Andrews, the ship's chief designer, is depicted as kind, thoughtful, and quietly heroic. Unlike many of the first-class passengers, he treats Jack and Rose with genuine respect and shows deep concern for everyone on board during the disaster. In his final scenes, Andrews accepts his fate with dignity, standing solemnly in the first-class smoking room as the ship goes down, a tragic embodiment of professional responsibility and honor. In real life, Victor Joseph Garber was born on March 16, 1949, in London, Ontario, Canada. A distinguished stage and screen actor, he earned acclaim in Broadway productions and gained international fame with film and television roles in Alias, Argo, Legally Blonde, and The Flash. Known for his refined presence and versatility, Garber has also been celebrated as a singer in musical theater. Now, 76 years old, he remains active in acting, continuing to inspire audiences with his commanding performances. Ioan Gruffudd played 5th Officer Harold Lowe in Titanic, 1997, at just 23 years old. Lowe is remembered as one of the few officers who displayed extraordinary bravery during the disaster. In the film, after ensuring the safety of his assigned lifeboat, he makes the fateful decision to return to the wreck site, one of the only officers to do so, rescuing survivors from the freezing Atlantic waters. This rare act of courage and humanity provides a glimmer of hope amid the overwhelming tragedy, making Lowe one of the film's understated heroes. Though his screen time is relatively brief, Gruffudd's strong and sincere portrayal leaves a lasting impression. In real life, Ioan Gruffudd was born on October 6, 1973 in Cardiff, Wales. He trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and rose to fame in the late 1990s with his role as Horatio Hornblower in the acclaimed television films. His career expanded internationally with leading roles in Fantastic Four, 2005, Amazing Grace, 2006, and television series such as Forever and Liar. Known for his charisma and versatility, he has balanced blockbuster appearances with more nuanced dramatic roles. Now 51 years old, Gruffudd continues to act in both British and international projects, maintaining a career defined by dedication and adaptability. Susie Amos portrayed Lizzie Calvert, the granddaughter of Rose Dawson Calvert, in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 35. Lizzie plays a supporting but significant role in the framing narrative. She listens to old Rose recount her memories aboard the Titanic and serves as the modern-day witness to her grandmother's extraordinary love story. Through Lizzie's quiet reactions, the film emphasizes the generational impact of Rose's survival and choices. In real life, Susan Elizabeth Amos Cameron was born on January 5, 1962, in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Before acting, she worked as a model and later appeared in films like The Usual Suspects, 1995, and Blown Away, 1994. After marrying director James Cameron in 2000, she retired from acting to focus on family life and philanthropy. Amos is an environmental advocate and co-founder of the MUSE School promoting sustainable education. At 63 years old, she remains active in environmental work and humanitarian projects, living a quieter life outside Hollywood. Ewan Stewart portrayed First Officer William Murdoch in Titanic, 1997, when he was 39 years old. Murdoch is depicted as one of Captain Smith's most trusted officers, responsible for the bridge at the time of the collision with the iceberg. In Cameron's dramatization, Murdoch is shown fighting valiantly to organize lifeboat evacuations amid the chaos. Under immense pressure, he is portrayed as making desperate decisions, even firing his pistol in an attempt to control panicked crowds before tragically taking his own life. This portrayal has sparked debate, as many historians argue the real Murdoch acted with honor until the very end. Nonetheless, Stewart imbues the character with humanity, showing the impossible burden carried by Titanic's crew in those final hours. In real life, Ewan Stewart was born on October 8, 1957 in Glasgow, Scotland, the son of famous Scottish singer Andy Stewart. He built a respected career across stage, television, and film, appearing in productions such as Rob Roy, 1995, Ecstasy, 2011, and the acclaimed series Outlander. Known for his quiet intensity and skill in portraying morally conflicted figures, Stewart remains a steady presence in British performing arts. At 67 years old, he continues to work in both theater and screen, admired for the depth and authenticity he brings to every role. Mark Lindsay Chapman portrayed Chief Officer Henry Wilde in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 42. Wilde, one of the senior officers on board, is shown in the film assisting Captain Smith and overseeing the lifeboat evacuations during the ship's final hours. Though his role is brief, his presence represents the discipline and chain of command that the crew tried to uphold as chaos engulfed the Titanic. Historically, Wilde perished in the disaster, remembered for his steady professionalism amid tragedy. In real life, Mark Lindsay Chapman was born on September 8, 1954, in London, England. He trained at the Guildford School of Acting and went on to appear in television series such as Falcon Crest, Dallas, Baywatch, and The Langoliers, 1995. With a strong screen presence and classical training, he became known for playing both heroic and morally complex characters. At 70 years old, Chapman remains an active actor in film and television, continuing to contribute to international projects while maintaining a career spanning several decades. Johnny Phillips portrayed Second Officer Charles Lytler in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 34. Lytler is historically remembered as the most senior officer to survive the sinking, and in the film, he is shown enforcing strict evacuation rules with rigid discipline, prioritizing women and children first. His portrayal underscores the tension between duty and compassion as he oversees lifeboat loading with unwavering resolve, embodying the professionalism and restraint of the Titanic's officers even as disaster unfolds around them. While his screen presence is limited, Phillips captures Lytler's authority and composure, adding authenticity to the depiction of the crew's struggle to maintain order. In real life, Jonathan Mark Phillips was born on September 5, 1963, in London, England. He has cultivated a varied acting career across stage, television, and cinema. His work includes appearances in films like Bronson, 2008, The Quarry, 1998, and roles in acclaimed British series such as Silent Witness and Agatha Christie's Poirot. A versatile performer, Phillips is noted for his ability to bring nuance and intensity to supporting characters. At 61 years old, he remains active in the entertainment industry, balancing theater productions with screen roles, and is respected as a dependable and skillful actor. Jeanette Goldstein portrayed the Irish mommy in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 37. Though a small role, her character delivers one of the film's most hauntingly emotional moments. Trapped in third class with her children as the ship sinks, she tenderly tells them a bedtime story to soothe their fears, creating a heartbreaking image of maternal courage in the face of certain death. This brief but powerful scene underscores the human toll of class divisions during the disaster. In real life, Jeanette Elise Goldstein was born on February 4, 1960, in Los Angeles, California, not 1944. She became known for her fearless and transformative roles, including Private Vasquez in Aliens, 1986, Detective Megan Shapiro in Lethal Weapon 2, 1989, and Janelle Voight in Terminator 2, Judgment Day, 1991. Renowned for her ability to disappear into diverse characters, she built a cult following among science fiction and action fans. Beyond acting, she co-founded a specialty lingerie shop, Jeanette Bras, in Los Angeles. Now 65 years old, she continues to inspire admiration for both her on-screen work and entrepreneurial ventures. Bernard Fox portrayed Colonel Archibald Gracie IV in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 70. Gracie, a real passenger and noted Titanic survivor, is depicted as a witty, affable first-class gentleman who converses with Rose and the other elite travelers during the voyage. Though his screen time is modest, his character adds depth to the portrayal of Titanic's wealthy passengers, emphasizing charm and social grace amid the looming disaster. In reality, Gracie survived the sinking, but died just months later in 1912 due to complications from the ordeal. In real life, Bernard Fox was born on May 11, 1927, in Port Talbot, Wales. With a career spanning more than 5 decades, he was beloved for his comedic role as Dr. Bombay in Bewitched, and appeared in The Mummy, 1999, The Rescuers, 1977, and Titanic, 1997. Known for his humor and impeccable timing, he became a recognizable face in both film and television. Fox passed away on December 14, 2016, in Van Nuys, California, at the age of 89 due to heart failure. His legacy endures through a long list of memorable and diverse roles. Michael Ensign played Benjamin Guggenheim in Titanic, 1997, when he was 53 years old. Guggenheim is remembered for one of the film's most poignant moments, as he and his valet, dressed in their finest evening wear, prepare to face death like gentlemen as the ship sinks. His calm acceptance and dignity highlight the human grace and courage found even in the face of certain doom. Enson's performance makes Guggenheim's brief scenes unforgettable, providing a stark contrast to the panic surrounding him. In real life, Michael Ensign was born on February 13, 1944, in Safford, Arizona, USA. A prolific character actor, he has appeared in numerous television shows, including Star Trek, The Next Generation, Dynasty, and The West Wing, as well as films such as Ghostbusters, 1984, War Games, 1983, and License to Drive, 1988. Known for his polished and versatile acting, he has built a reputation as a reliable supporting performer across genres. At 81 years old, Ensign continues to be active in the industry, recognized for his long career in both American and British productions. Tricia O'Neil appeared in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 52 in a small but poignant role credited simply as Woman. Though not central to the story, her presence adds to the human tapestry of the film, as Cameron filled the epic with glimpses of ordinary lives caught in extraordinary tragedy. O'Neill's appearance represents the thousands of unnamed passengers and crew whose stories ended with the sinking, reminding audiences that the disaster was not only about the wealthy and famous, but also about countless everyday lives. In real life, Tricia O'Neil was born on March 11, 1945 in Shreveport, Louisiana. She built a versatile career in both television and film, appearing in productions such as Star Trek: The Next Generation, where she memorably played Captain Rachel Garrett in the episode Yesterday's Enterprise, as well as roles in Brave New World, 1980, and numerous guest spots across American television in the 1980s and 1990s. Known for her dignified screen presence and strong character work, she brought authenticity to each performance. Now 80 years old, O'Neil remains remembered by fans of both Titanic and Star Trek for her enduring contributions to genre cinema and television. Martin Jarvis played Sir Cosmo Duff Gordon in Titanic, 1997, at the age of 56. His character, a wealthy baronet, is depicted among the controversial first-class passengers who escape aboard nearly empty lifeboats. Though his role in the film is relatively brief, Duff Gordon represents the social privilege and moral questions that surrounded the Titanic disaster, highlighting themes of class inequality and survival guilt. Jarvis gives him an aristocratic presence, lending authenticity to the ensemble cast. In real life, Martin Jarvis was born on August 4, 1941, in Cheltenham, England. A distinguished British actor, he trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art and developed a prolific career across stage, television, and film. He became especially well known for his Shakespearean work, radio performances, and voice acting, including narrations for audiobooks and roles in animated features. He also appeared in Doctor Who, The Forsyte Saga, and Endeavour. At 84 years old, Jarvis remains celebrated for his commanding voice and versatility, continuing to contribute to British theatre and audio productions. Who is your favorite character from Titanic? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.